See, this is considered to be one of the very most important sloka in Bhagavad Gita, which people focus a lot, meditate a lot, and then contemplate. Similarly, we have to do today also the same thing, and also memorize and see that as you go in your life from today onwards, at least after at least understanding this sloka, we need to think about what Prabhupada is saying, what Sri Krishna is saying, right? What is the Lord's message in it, and how beautiful it is that we can realize, right? So first we can, if you want me to zoom in back, okay. So everybody can repeat this. Ananyaschintayanto mam yejana paryupasate yesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Anybody? Prabhuji Sarmataji, can you repeat?
Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate teshan nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम् ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम् ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
Anybody else want to try? Okay. Ananya. Have no other object. Having no other object. Chintayanta. Concentrating. Mam. On. Me. Ye. Those who. Jana. Persons. Paryupasate. Properly worship. Tesham. Of them. Nitya. Always. Abhiyuktanam. Fixed in devotion. Yoga. Requirements. Kshemam. Protection. Vahami. Carry. Aham. I. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. I repeat, translation. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Can somebody help me read Prabhupada?
One who is unable to live for the moment without Krishna consciousness cannot but think of Krishna 24 hours a day. Being engaged in a devotional service by hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, worshipping, service the lotus feet of the Lord, rendering other service, cultivating the friendship and surrendering fully to the Lord. Such activities are all auspicious, full of spiritual potency, which make the devotee perfect in a self-realization, so that his only desire to achieve the association of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a devotee undoubtedly approach the Lord without difficulty. This is called yoga. By the mercy of the Lord, such a devotee never come back to the material condition of the life. Kshema refer to the merciful protection of helps the devotee to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga. And when he becomes fully Krishna consciousness, the Lord protects him from falling down to a miserable condition life.
Thank you, Mataji. We'll start with the prayers, invocation prayers. So you all can read. So repeat. Don't need to repeat and sing along. We will try to have the blessings of Guru and Acharya to empower us to be able to focus on topic and be able to discuss only which is relevant and rightfully at the right time. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadadikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Gunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam
अवधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी नारे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं वन्दे गिरिं कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं सद्गुरुं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्. Okay. So Krishna says, those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So if you see the word chintaya, what is it translated to? Chintaya means concentrating. So in the regular language, chinta means विषया. I mean, you have a चिंता का बात हो रहा है, बहुत चिंता का बात, मतलब it will say that it's a matter is very concerning actually, right? So, but there is a difference between chinta and chintaya. Chintaya means focusing, you are concentrating. And what is that? He is asking us to concentrate. Concentrate, always exclusively worship me and exclusive devotion, with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form. Okay, now Krishna is asking me an instruction, is giving me as an instruction that you have to have a focus on me with exclusive devotion. It's not just general focus, it's not just saying hello, bye and hi and kind of thing. It's like, now he's asking that you have to put more energy, more internal sense. You have to have more focused attention. You need to understand me, that exclusive devotion. How we will get that exclusive devotion? And now he is also saying about meditating on my form, my transcendental form. So what is Krishna's transcendental form? How do we do meditation? Meditation is a technique. Is it somebody going to teach us? Like what do we meditate upon? All these questions we will more elaborate in our discussions, right? And also we will also, this is the part 1 of the message. Part 2 is saying is, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So this is little bit language, and these 2 codes are there. To them I carry what they lack, which means I give what they lack, and then I preserve what they have. So what is that we are lacking? What is that he is trying to preserve? Is all we need to unwind and we need to learn about this. So if we go deep, right? Now we have in the regular living, right? In the regular living, if you see, it says 2 paradigms of existence define our eternal trajectory. Well, the name itself is like little complex, but if we take it in real life, right? We have taken a birth and we are in a child stage. We grow into a kaumaram yavaram chara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatra mutyate. Krishna is saying that. Now, if you have observed during the stage of a child, or during, you might have some dog. If you take an owner and a dog example, right? So a dog, in India there is a concept of street dogs, which is dog without any supervision. That can go and bite anybody, that can bark at anyone, that can go eat anywhere. It doesn't, nobody will take care. That is a dog example. This dog example, stray dog is without supervision, or you can also say without a owner, right? But in America, even in India, now people are buying the dogs, yet they are keeping the dogs. They are supervising the dogs, they take care of, they feed them, they give all the medical support, they will take outside, they will have friends, all this whole cycle is going. So, which means the dog need not worry, because there is a owner here, right? Now, if we also take the whole living beings in this world, there are people who are anatha and sanatha. Who is anatha? Anatha means in our language is like they're orphans. They have not been taken care of. They have been left out, right? There have been no security to them, right? So those are called anatha. And then, who are sanathas? Sanathas have been taken care. They have a master. They have a parent. They have a guardian. They have somebody to take care of. This is sanatha. Means they don't need to worry. Somebody is there on top of them to take care of them. Now, what are the qualities? If you see, right? If it is an anatha, what happens here? Now we will apply it in the spiritual sense. Now, if you come to the spiritual sense here, an anatha is one that who has not taken shelter of anybody, either the Lord or the Guru. So he wants to lead his life as an independently, as an independent life without support of Lord, without support of anyone. So there is no wrong in it. But what happens is, it all depends on your material comfort. How much you study, how much you grow, how much you do, that's what you get it back, right? That is orphan effort, independent material effort, right? That is the method of returns. How much you put your effort, that is the result you get, right? And during the process of putting this effort and achieving a goal, because we are putting this effort to achieve a goal, right? And what is that goal? Some goal, whatever everybody, the kid, student might have to achieve a degree, elder person might have to achieve a job, and then the old person has to achieve, make sure he's fit, he practices, make sure he stays more healthy. So these are different kind of things. But if you see, since there is no background thought, or there is no reliance of the Lord, the outcome of that anatha life or non-reliance life is anxiety and temporarily enjoying the results. That's it. They can only temporarily enjoy. Once the result comes, they enjoy, and again they get into another trouble, and then they enjoy, and then they will face the trouble, then come out of it, they enjoy another. So like that, life goes as a sequence. However, Lord is saying, if you have taken shelter of me or my Guru, what happens here? Now you will get a quality called Ananya Bhakti. It's like pure devotion, which is, it's not about thinking about yourself, it's not about thinking about your family or your relations, it is thinking about the Lord. Our focus will be Lord, because we'll be thinking about our Master, we'll be thinking about our Guru, we'll be thinking about Krishna. So that is Sanatha, means somebody is supporting us and we are working towards them, right? Master and this thing. As a result, what they get ultimate security and spiritual happiness. Now we will see what is the spiritual happiness, how they are getting the spiritual security and all that in their lives. Definitely, these Sanatha who has taken the shelter of the Lord has an upper edge, right? Because they are getting happiness. That's what Krishna is telling. Now, if you come to the real whole life, right? We were discussing about, we're working towards goal, getting anxieties, going through the problems. So, if you understand the life of an average person, most average person in today's world, what happens is, he has a concept. Like everybody is living with a concept in life. What is that concept? I am the body. That is how we start. Because we came out of ignorance. We were part of parcel of Krishna. Now we have come here to enjoy. So our conception is, Lord has given this body. Now why he has given this body? To enjoy. Right? And what is that enjoyment? Let us define what is that enjoyment. when I myself have constituted myself with the conception of body, what is that enjoyment? Can you define enjoyment? What is enjoyment means? Can anybody define what is it? When you get enjoyment?
It's fulfill the desire. Suppose if I want to eat apple.
Okay, when your desire, if you eat an apple.
Then it's full happy.
What is that getting happy? The
The
apple is
senses-
done. Huh?
Senses getting
Your
senses.
senses are getting happy. So you are pleasing your senses. You are pleasing either it is the mind or it is the stomach or it is the tongue or urges, whatnot. Basically, your senses. Obviously, they are directly proportional. When a body is given, you have different senses given. Only when you satisfy your senses, that is what you call happiness. Now, after you eat apple, what happens, Mataji?
Then you eat 1, 2, 3, and then you start with
You want 2,
taste.
3. Then if I say I don't have more apples, you can't eat anymore. What happens?
Then you like not happy that time.
Then you will be unhappy. No, this is really unhappy situation. Then what will you try? Now I have to convince Mataji so that she can get more apples, so that she can eat. So this is what happens. You put a goal in your life. You achieve that goal. When the goal is achieved, you should be happy, right? But you will say, no, I think I need more. I mean, this is like, this is good, but what happens if I achieve more? So we will go for that. So, but in that due process, what happens? You have to also face the problems. So you will step up and you will step down. You will also fall, and when you fall, you will have all the anxiety. You don't know whether you will achieve that goal or not. So all this anxiety, depression, very stressing your body for that enjoyment. So if I give you 100 years, what did you do in this cycle? You keep doing the same. You have the body, I have to satisfy your senses, and then I just have enjoyment. Again I get into trouble. Again my body faces the trouble. I come out of the trouble, and then this is the cycle. It's been going endlessly actually. So that's why Prabhupada says that you have to come out of the cycle of birth and death. So if you connect to the earlier one, they are saying you get security and spiritual happiness. And what is the spiritual happiness? Krishna consciousness provides happiness entirely beyond temporary and mechanical pleasure. Now Krishna consciousness, your Krishna consciousness, this sense of temporary happiness will go away. Now what is this temporary enjoyment? What is this permanent enjoyment? We are trying to understand, and we are calling this as not temporary enjoyment. Here senses are not involved. Here senses are not involved. Some enjoyment is beyond your senses. That is what you call as spiritual enjoyment. And what is that it is giving? Krishna consciousness. So which means there is a process that you may have to follow to transcend above this kind of process of satisfying the senses, but you are satisfying your mind, you are satisfying your soul. I mean something which is traveling beyond your birth and death. This imprints will be traveling beyond your birth and death. So Krishna is saying, it is better you try to achieve that spiritual happiness. You try to work towards the spiritual happiness. And he is telling that there is a process. And what is the process? Now, you need to forget about your Tesla car, you need to forget about a degree, 2 houses, and then you are a green card citizen and all that, and focus on me. My life, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam Yevamo Viveti Tattvataha. I mean, you need to know the transcendental pastimes of, you need to have devotion, you need to grow the devotion, you need to focus on me, you need to focus on my transcendental qualities. Now let us see how we do that, right? So in the center, this example can also be understood like, in India they have the sugar cane, right? I don't know if he has seen it or not, but when you pass a sugar cane, what happens? Sugar cane is done. After it comes out to the other side, they will again bend and they will again take out all that. What happens if you are given that pulp which is not having any nectar? You eat, you put, when you don't feel any sugar cane, but you feel a little bit taste, you say, no, this is enough actually. This is very good, whatever. Earlier they have some taste, now I have little bit taste, but still I can able to chew. So you chew, and then there is nothing left in that material happiness. So ultimately, I tell one of the example that I always give when talking to my kids. So if you are given a ticket to Caravans, you go and have a ride, and then I will say, I will give you a weekly pass. You go every day, and you go every day and then do the rides. You do 1 week, and now I give that monthly pass. Okay, and I tell that you have to go every month, all the day in the month. Finally, what happens if I go yearly pass? Then what do you do? So you say, enough, Prabhu. This is enough because I'm not getting any enjoyment because I've done this 30 days and my body is paining and then there is no enjoyment. First day you felt so much enjoyment. Right? So what happened? This is what is the concept of chewing the chewed, basically. So this is what Krishna is also saying. Of course, this is happening in due course of our life. It's not immediately like happening there, but during due course of our life, it is happening. Now, when you come to the next one, what basically bhakta? We understood that we need to have devotion, right? We need to have devotion. Now, Krishna is saying that you should focus on my transcendental form with the devotion. So devotion is a process that we need to follow to attain bhakti. And what is that process? When we perform bhakti or when we dedicate effort, this is the quality of a devotee, right? With intense desire, the quality of surrender happens, the action of surrender happens. So when devotee thinks about Lord's forms, Lord's feet, Lord's thighs, Lord's waist, focus on this transcendental form, doing the japa and then understanding Krishna's form and qualities, he is dedicating some effort, right? You're getting up in the morning, you're just doing chanting, and then it's not that just because our Guru Maharaj told, but it is a desire, right? You have some desire that is growing towards Krishna. That desire is to chant every day, and that desire is to perform some bhakti and perform devotional service to the Lord, right? So, because you are understanding the Lord, you are focusing on the Lord, that desire is growing, right? And ultimately, where the desire goes, it will take you to the surrender. Now, if a person is working to, just like in the material world, right? Like if you work towards a goal, you are achieving the success, right? Now here also, if you see, when you are putting your effort towards Krishna, right? Krishna is understanding this. Krishna is saying, wow, this devotee is trying to focus on me. This devotee is spending time on me. This devotee is having a desire to know about me. Then what he gives? This is where Tesha Nita Bhiktanam Yoga Kshemam Vahayam provides the needs. He carries the burden and he actively protects. He starts looking at you. Out of the whole millions of people that we are here, this bhakta is kind of focusing on me. So now I will take care of these people. Now there is a special attention. Like you say that you have a 10,000, 1 lakh application for entrance test, only few hundreds will get the result. Then who will be given first preference to appear at the seat? Those first 100. Because they have put more effort. They have done exactly the same thing what is asked for. Right? And then they have been rewarded. Now Krishna also rewards like this. Krishna also thinks, oh, you are thinking about me, you are devoted to me, you are knowing about me, you have intense desire about me. So, my duty is I will protect you. Now we will know what kind of protection he is doing actually, right? And then he also carries the burden, right? He carries, ours is not a pure love. I know, we are getting up in the chanting, 8th round we are good, from 9th round onwards we'll sleep. And then the mala slips our hand, and they'll say, you know what, I'll stretch my legs. You know what, I'll just do like this chanting. So, we are not reached the pure state, but we are having some anarthas. So that anarthas he has to accept, because if somebody comes to your home, there is different way of treating them. You say, hey, just come and sit down, there is water here, and there is a refrigerator there, cut some fruits whenever you feel hungry. Yeah, that is true. You are feeding the guest, but that's a little bit not the way, right? But now who is coming to our house? Krishna is coming. How do we have to treat him? He is the most important person of the house. This house belongs to him. So if the owner of the house comes, do you say that, hey, you know what, I'll give you rent whenever I want. I just don't care. No, we give utmost respect. We treat him as one of our own person, one of our own family. We give him the best of the best what we have at home. We cook, we take all the effort, get up in the morning, clean ourselves, and then cook and then give the best. So when we go to till that state, what is that he has to bear? He has to bear the burden. That we are showing 10% of the love. That love is 10%, not 100%, 10% of the love. So he will say, oh, you know what, I like it. Still, he is happy. He's not supposed to be happy, but still he is happy. So, you should understand here that Krishna responds according to the degree of surrender. More devotion direct yields to more personal production. So if you are putting 10%, Krishna might be producing you 20%. If you are putting 20%, he might be 30-40%. Because he is always more than you. What you give, he will give you more than you, the production. So Krishna is always in the production mode. But he'll also see, you know what, yes, you are coming towards me, but you also have other agendas. Krishna, I am giving you time, morning from 7 to 9, Aarti and chanting, evening 5 to 6, Aarti and chanting. Rest all is my time. Okay, is this deal okay? You are telling this. So, within your 24 hours, you have only allocated 3 hours. So, Krishna will say, okay, that's, Prabhu, thank you so much, I will protect you. So, that is the state of Krishna now, actually. Right? Now, let's see what the protection is, right? Now, in order for the devotee to come to this state, Krishna says that there are different, you are saying you are devoting your time, you are doing devotional service, right? What is this devotional service, right? I mean, what is the bhakti that you are getting, where you are getting? So, Krishna is also telling this 9 legs of devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So you can do any kind of service, different forms of bhakti you can exhibit. Out of most important ones, what Krishna has put is Sravanam and Kirtanam, right? So if you have to grow the devotion, have this devotion, you need to have that first listening capability. That's what happens in our Krishna consciousness also, right? Hey, I'm hearing, some neighbor will say, I'm hearing nice sound actually, nice kirtan, nice music. Probably I have to see what happens. Sravana. So the neighbor comes and opens the door and see we are doing nice kirtan and the kirtan is very pleasing. Maybe they want to dance or they want to just sing along with us. So they start kirtanam, right? When Sravanam and kirtanam happens, what is the next quality? So if I am saying, Prabhu, I'm just thinking about you. I'm just, Prabhu, what did you do at 8 o'clock? Okay, I think you were getting ready for the office. Okay, what did you do at lunch? Okay, you're taking lunch. Okay, Prabhu, so evening 5 o'clock, okay, you're coming to do Aarti. So I'm thinking about you and then I am recording all the activities. So I'm remembering about, so next day also, oh, you know what, it is 5 o'clock, Prabhu will be getting up and then doing chanting. Now it's 8 o'clock, he's taking his breakfast. You don't need to tell me, now I am remembering it. Similarly, when we kind of glorify Krishna in our kirtan or nice songs, it leaves an imprint in his brain that Krishna is a beautiful person. I've seen nice deities, looking at the deities, he gets impressed. Wow, there are many devotees who are pleased by this. So this kind of remembrance grows automatically because he devoted some time and he was listening and he was following the process of bhakti, your Shravanam and Kirtanam. So there are other legs which we can talk about, like as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam. Then you will feel like I really love this form. I really like this form. Now I want to worship. Can I have this deities at my home so that I can also worship personally? Because devotion is personal. If somebody is doing devotion, Prabhu is doing devotion, can I be liberated? No, I cannot. Prabhu will be liberated because he is doing bhakti. Bhakti is personal. If you are not doing bhakti, you will be doing the same chewing the holy part. Okay? So Archanam is. So when you are doing Archanam, that's a very big state. Means you are telling that I'm not connected to this outside world and this material thing. Please take me back because I wanted to do the same. Because if you go to the eternal planets, right, that's what you need to do. archana. You need to just devotional service. That's one form of devotional service. Right? That archana process you are already practicing here. Which means you are getting that knowledge, you are getting that devotion, attention towards Krishna, like to decorate and then offer fresh flowers and then cook food, nice food and offer him. So this is all the process that you may have to do in the spiritual world also. So we are doing this. So Krishna likes it. Right? So that's what he is saying. So in order for us to attain bhakti and master it, you need to follow this likes of devotion. Right? All this. Generally it happens automatically with the devotee without thinking, right? I mean, if we have also seen in our, if we take about my case, there were some neighbors basically. These neighbors were constantly doing, I see nice white dhotis, my neighbor, and then they have a lot of tulsi plants in their home. And then I see that they've been singing very nicely with large mridangas with nice rhythmic music. I thought, "Yeah, this is very good, let me go once." And I went there, then slowly I went, then that day it was, then I went to ask one tulsi plant, right? Because the devotion now is seedy, the seed of devotion is there. And I went to ask the tulsi plant, he said, "Oh, you know what, you have come, that's good. Why don't you come, I will give you tulsi plant, but you come tomorrow because there is one Maharaj coming and you can just come and meet him. That's it, just meet." Association of devotees. So one of the important thing of devotees is Jivodaya, Namaruchi, Jivodaya, Vishnu Smaran. All these three will have to be done. So when I met, then the next day, it was not a normal person. It's Bhakti Charan Maharaj coming that day to his home. I got a divine darshan of him, and then I also, the divine thing has passed to me, and then I started, like, there's a big story after that I got into this, and then I continued my devotion. But it started with the Shravanam, Kirtanam, and then this Smaranam and all that, these processes have started. Now, if you come, now we are learning about devotion, right? So, now we'll come to a very important part, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, right? See, we will focus on these two particular words, right? Krishna has been telling us about lot of yoga. I mean, when you see, you have to do karma yoga, you have to do jnana yoga, then he's talking about jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga. So this, why he is telling that? Because it's not about just devotion, you need to apply. Now, you can take example when Arjuna is in the battlefield, he has bhakti because he likes Krishna. Krishna is his best friend. And after Krishna enlightened him with all the verses, he has got full knowledge. Now, ideally, what could have happened if somebody think about this whole thing? Arjuna might say, you know what, Krishna, I accept you. You are my guru, and I have full devotion, I have full trust, faith in you. Let me sit in a corner and I will just meditate upon you, so this whole battle is done. Is that what has happened? Krishna said that you have to keep an action. Whatever the action you perform that's with the spiritual mindset is called yoga actually. And Krishna is telling there are different kind of yoga. When you perform these actions in the mode of goodness, in the mode of passion, in the mode of ignorance, they classify into different activities, right? But he's asking us to stay in goodness, sakama yoga, akama yoga, and all that. Karma yoga, he taught karma yoga, he taught dhyana yoga. Jnana yoga, he gave knowledge also. It's not just doing activities, you should also have devotional knowledge. And after devotional knowledge, he also said Ashtanga yoga. Okay, let me tell you, there is some other way also yogis will try to approach me, and you will also listen to me about that, and then you will get the knowledge about it. So Ashtanga yoga, and he told, and he said, Yoginama Pasarvesam Madhyade Nantaratmanaha. Just leave all these yogas. The topmost yoga is Bhakti yoga, he also told, right? So now we are talking about yoga. So these people who are conducting their spiritual activities will acquire what is lacking. Because now one of the sentences, Tadatmanam Sajamyam, right? Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam, right? Focus. So yoga will always teach you grow in spiritual path, right? Yoga is nothing. You see any yoga, right? I mean, this other people's yogas, they will first teach discipline. Get up in the morning, have loose clothes, sit with nice postures, focus on the Lord, do in a meditative position. This is all like they're trying to focus on something to go transcend to the upper state of mind. They're not saying you sit in the sofa with a pillow. They're not saying that you have to have a process. You have to be very strict. You have to be very clean. You have to be focusing in mind, right? So they are already asking you to restrict and teaching you sitting postures and all that. So all that is for spiritual, kind of spiritual growth. Their growth is onto the absolute impersonalism, basically, right? Because we focus on a voidness, and then you feel very, very blissful. But what we are focusing is nothing but on the absolute impersonal form of Krishna. So it also provides material needs and spiritual provisions, and Krishna provides the effort if devotee is lacking. Now, what is this Krishna is providing? So, what good qualities we have, he will start preserving it. And this is true. What good qualities? In the sense, from childhood onwards, we have a habit of getting up in the morning, taking bath, and going to the altar, and then just doing namaskara, whoever is there in the altar, whichever it is, and then do anything you want. It's a good quality. Whether you are doing it unknowingly, or whatever, but that good quality, Krishna is, yes, you are in the right path, but you will not be to the highest state or the actual, the perfection what is. You are not doing it in a perfection state, right? But getting up in the morning, taking bath and coming to the altar, yes, you are aligned. So those kind of things, when you eat, sit down and eat, don't talk, try to chew as many times as possible, try to do prayers before eating. There are people, our elders should have taught, just Annadata Sukhi Bhava, just to do some prayers. So, that food you are eating is from a blessing from somebody, and try to pay blessings to those, whether it is, whoever, right? Whoever is earning that food or whoever is giving that food, all that, right? So, these kind of things, these good qualities that we possess, that either unknowingly or knowingly, Krishna will immediately try to preserve that. He will say, yes, you are not in this state, but you are already in this state, but I will take you to this state. For that, you have to stay in this state. You don't fall down. If you question as a kid, or no, I don't want to do, why are you saying all this? Why should I get up in the morning? Why should I pray before food? Why should I have to go to altar? Then what happens? You are going from a mode of whatever the goodness to mode of ignorance completely. Mode of passion and impact. No passion at all. It's mode of ignorance, because you are questioning, negating, and you are going down. Krishna will not let you do that, because you are approaching Krishna with a thought, you are approaching Krishna with an effort. So Krishna will preserve that quality. He knows that quality, so he will try to preserve that. Now, how is he protecting Kshema? In a way, yoga and Kshema is a contemporary words, but Kshema is also a protection. Yoga is kind of giving what you lack. Kshema is protecting, safeguards existing devotion, maintains the devotion, holistic well-being, and Krishna personally carries this burden. Krishna will make sure he will introduce you to the next step. Okay, now that you are coming in the morning, you are praying to me, that is good. Now, you know what, you are coming and praying, but give me something, because I am also hungry. You also got up today morning, you want breakfast, I also want breakfast, I also want lunch. So you say, oh, you know what, my Krishna needs breakfast. So you will immediately cut some fruits and take some milk and put it. So Krishna is taking you step by step towards him. He is protecting the existing one, but he is also uplifting you to do towards the perfectional state. Isn't it so nice? That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Because if somebody says, you take a CD of 3% and leave it for 1 year, you will get this much interest. But if you leave it for 20 years, this will double and triple and all that. So they are giving a bigger idea, they are giving maybe a better idea, so you are now trying to follow them. No, Krishna is not giving that idea, he is not coming and telling you, he is making you do it. In the devotional path, he is making you do it, right? Which is really that protection. One of the different representation is, if you see in this jar of qualities, you already have all good qualities, right? And what is this globe? This is his protection. He says that the good qualities doesn't get destroyed. That good quality stays with you. The quality of charity, the quality of devotion, the quality, everything stays. And what is he doing? He is pouring more qualities. And what happens at some point when it reaches the top? That means you are purified. You are a pure soul. Maybe this is a state of acharyas. Though we glorify them, wherever they go, the gradients follow, the aura follows, their thought, the words what they say will happen. So that siddhis also will come. So another important point here is, you have to see, okay, we understood Krishna is protecting, Krishna is giving these nice qualities to us, is making us grow. Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham. Now the difference between the normal path, by Karma Yoga also you can go, because by literally doing nice charity, helping people and all that, the laws of nature will also help you. And laws of nature, and if you think about your previous life karma also, right? Your previous life karma also adds up to that. So because of that, when you are born in a rich family, or because of that you are born in a devotee family, right? So from the laws of karma, from the laws of nature, by your previous karma, you are putting into a very advantageous position. Like you are born in a Brahmin family, who you are already following the clean practices. I'm just saying, Kalau Shudra, anybody born in this age is Shudra only. But being born in a Brahmin family gives you the cleanliness part, right? That vegetarianism, all that puts you in an advantageous position. Then but you still don't want to do devotion, but you want to follow this path of, Madhava Seva, Manava Seva, Manava Seva, all these kind of things. Then demigods will get pleased. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to please the demigods. And demigods will give you that result. That result is temporary, because that result will make you opulent for a few lifetimes. You might go to higher planets, stay for more time. You might not still get out of birth and death. You still may have to spend all that time in that Maharloka, Janarloka, Taparloka. After so many lakhs and lakhs of years, when your credits are done, you have to come back to the planet. This is the normal path. Those who say they are already in the path of goodness, they are following the laws of nature, they have a previous life karma. All these are plus points only, there is no minus point. Then the demigods get pleased, then you get material results, then you enjoy that material results, but you also come back. So where is Krishna in this? Krishna, we don't want to go, right? This is good. But you see the Ananya Bhaktas, look at the path. The soul is directly connected to Krishna, that's it. What he is trying to do, he is just trying to lift you directly from here to the Goloka because of the devotion you are doing. So now which path you want to follow? So if you see the essence of this, for the exclusively devoted, Krishna is directly involved. He does not outsource the care of his devotee. It is a profound personal loving relationship. He does not outsource your karma to demigods. He will say, hey, you know what, he's my bhakta, take care of him. No. Hey, boss, the boss comes and say, he's a very important employee, make sure you reward him, okay? That reward should be good. No. The boss himself is coming and embracing him, giving the check. Forget about his delegating. There is no demigod for people in Krishna consciousness have to take care. Krishna is directly involved in devotee's life. This is Ananyas, this is the power of Ananyas Chintayantuma. Right? Now, in this particular venture, I wanted to tell you a story. Maybe most of you might know about it. This is the story of Arjunacharya. Arjunacharya is a great scholar. So now that we are learning too much philosophy, let's diverge into a story. Right? Arjunacharya is a great devotee of the Lord. He is a great scholar. He is living in Puri, right, in the city of Puri, Jagannath Puri. In the olden days, anybody who wants to progress in devotion or learn the knowledge, the devotional knowledge, they have to go to Puri, because in Puri is where all the eminent people, scholars are there, and they will teach the devotional knowledge. And here, he is one of the, coming under Ramanuja, disciplic succession. So, one day what happened is, he is reading this Bhagavad Gita, and then he came across this sloka. Ananya Sintayato Mam Yejanam Pariyupasati Tesha Nitya Viyuktana Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. What is Vahamyaham? Vahamyaham says he carries what he have and what we lack. Then he gets it out. No, this is okay. Krishna is saying that, but I don't think this is correct. So what for me, because see what happens, he has a theory. He's saying the function of a devotee is to please the Lord. He has to surrender to the Lord, and he is asked. Then the Lord will send somebody so that your desire is fulfilled. Remember the earlier slide we were saying? So somebody is that demigod actually. That is his thought process. He said maybe this is wrong. So what I will do is, he will thinking how the Lord will come himself and deliver the goods. Say if I have no money, I have no foodstuffs, I have poverty, how will Lord deliver? God has to send somebody, and somebody will give like that basically. Or maybe some demigod will give. So it is not possible. He might be sending through some agents. So you know what he does? He will go and he will strike that word Vaham. Let me change this word. I bear the burden to deliver. No, this is wrong. I don't believe. And instead, he should say, I write Karoti Mam. Something like that he has to say. And I send some agent who delivers. That would really satisfy the point. So he strikes Vaham here. Now what happens? He says, okay, now I am done with my study. I will go outside and do my daily chores. Take bath and then try to. And he's a Brahmana. In those days, Brahmanas are nothing but he has to beg the alms, right? So that is the daily thing. Is so he goes to everybody's house, beg for the food, and then they bless the family. And whatever they give, they will collect and go. That is the duty of. They have to preach and they have to beg. They should not be earning. If you are working on somebody else, that is Shudra. That's the level of Shudra, that's not Brahmana. Brahmana is only like the sloka says, right? The sloka says about all the Gita slokas. In 18th chapter it comes. What are the qualifications of Brahmana and what is that he has to do? So he goes out and then he strikes and he goes out, okay, beg alms and all that. At the same time, what happens is two beautiful boys comes to their home with all the foodstuffs, with goods on the cart. And the one boy is blackish in color and another boy is in whitish in color. And these boys personally comes and then get all the foodstuffs and then they come and knocks the door of Arjunacharya's house. That time Arjunacharya's wife is there, so they will tell that Arjunacharya has sent some goods to you. Please take the delivery of these goods. This is very important. You just take the delivery of the goods. Then she says, no, I mean, are you sure? Arjunacharya said, he just went outside for begging. How can, no, maybe he has sent, he was thinking, right? Then she is happy, okay, it's nice, you look very cute and little, very nicely you are looking. So I'll take the delivery, but I will cook this. Just stay back. I'll cook and then you can eat something and go. No, they say, no. Arjunacharya is very strict. If we don't, he told us to carry this Personally, we told that we cannot carry, but he said, no, you have to carry. Otherwise, I will give you beatings. And then he beat us very hardly. What do you mean that this lady, so he's saying, see, he asked us to carry on our heads. How can you carry? See, there is so much load. And what is this load? This is the load we are putting on the Lord. This is our anarthas. And this load, yes, burden of love. I will carry your burden of love. That's what Lord is saying. These loads. But they carried. But this Arjunacharya's wife, she didn't believe. She said that, see how he has beaten us. See, there are 3 marks. The number of scratches he did on the Bhagavad Gita, that many lashes were there. I refused to carry, but he has beaten me. Then Arjunacharya's wife says, no, he's not so cruel, he's Brahmana. What are you saying? I can't believe that what I am seeing, that he's beating small boys like this. How come he has become so cruel, right? And just asking you to take some footsteps and you denying it, he is beating? No, I can't believe. Let me check with him when he comes back. We are very sorry, and then these 2 kids will go away. Once they go, so they say that we have to go, time is there. And if we delay, then he will again beat us. He will chastise us. So we need to leave. So please don't take much time. So they wanted to leave. So what happened after that is, then she will be thinking, oh, you sit down, she will say, I'll prepare food stuff to you. And they say, no, we don't want to sit actually. Then they leave. So when Arjunacharya comes, she will be very angry. She'll be seeing, she's asking, oh, you have come? Then she'll say, Acharya, what have you have become so much cruel nowadays. Then he's surprised, he's saying that, and then Arjunacharya asks, what is that? What is it you're saying I'm so cruel? And she says, 2 boys, very nice boys, they come and they deliver nice foodstuffs, and you ask them to load on their head, which is so wrong, and then and they deny to do that, and you beat them very harshly, and they also showed me the marks. And then you beaten them and you chastised them, you're forcing them to do this work. See, how come you have become like this? She's asking. Then Arjunacharya, that days, Brahmanas have the ability to think what? It's not like normal, they have good ability, they have good knowledge, they have some yogic powers also. He immediately thinks, what is happening here? There is something happening. Really, then he realizes it is none other than Krishna and Balaram came actually. Now he is shocked. He is shocked, and at this point of time, he thinks, oh my Lord is so great, he has shown that he actually personally bears the burden and delivers the goods, because I cut his alphabets, he has shown that beating mark. So this is where Lord proves, and from that onwards, he'll just fall on the feet of his wife, saying, you are so fortunate, because you have seen Krishna and Balaram, which takes many lives. Some people could not even complete that devotion part. Now they have come to you, you have seen them, you have fed them, you talked to them. And then he keeps taking your work, he keeps chanting the same line, and then he chants the same line for the rest of his life. He goes outside and then say Yogakshemam Vahamyam, Yogakshemam Vahamyam, Yogakshemam Vahamyam. Like that he keeps chanting and leaves the house. So, what is the moral of the story? Krishna's potency is unlimited. We cannot understand his power by our infinitesimal. You cannot understand that. You cannot follow logic. If you are following the logic, that's not devotion. Because how Krishna gives his blessings, how he showers his mercy is completely different, basically. So you need to understand that. He expands himself to interact directly with the soul. Here he is directly helping Arjunacharya. He is directly taking care of his burden of love. He is directly making sure he is bringing what he is lacking. He's not only is carrying his existing qualities, he is also fulfilling what he is lacking. Right? So that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So we need to understand that. Now, there is an analogy. Now we understand, okay, Krishna protects, Krishna is devotional, he loves his devotees and all that. Now, Krishna says, I'm not partial. I'm not partial. My mercy or what I'm trying to give you is for everybody in this earth. Now you might ask a question, okay, then why only some people are getting to go to Goloka? Why? What about rest of them? Why are they not getting the chance? Right? Why they cannot deliver all these other fallen? He can deliver the whole world, right? And then that's it. The game is over. Why to only choose some people and then deliver? Now this particular slide says that divine mercy radiates equally, but we must choose where to stand in the light. If you compare the sunlight falls everywhere. Sunlight does it say, oh, you know what, some place at this 10 by 10 area, I don't want to fall. There is nothing like that. Even though there are trees, between the trees also the sunlight falls. Because of sunlight, there are many creatures living. So Krishna's mercy is also like that, the sunlight compared to sunlight. But what we are doing, if there is sunlight, I close all these windows, I close all the blinds and everything, and I sit in the dark. Will I be served with any solar energy? Will I be served with any vitamin D? Will I be served with any Krishna's energy? No. Some people, out of their ignorant minds, want to stay out of light, and they are in the darkness. Darkness, not by light, not by ignorance of mind. Where they will question the Lord, scientifically advanced, they kind of question the Lord's mercy, Lord's creation, go against it, don't even care to destroy it, and then they don't get anything out of it. All what they are getting is only destruction. They are going for destruction. For them, Krishna cannot do anything. We are in the state of ignorance, and that illusory world, that mindset would drag you down. That is nothing but darkness. You are in a prison, actually. So that's what here it says, the mercy gate. Available to all without restriction, but the soul must actively step out of the shadow of ignorance. Means coming to the Krishna consciousness. Means you have to do the kirtanam, sravanam kirtanam. Means you have to do the chanting. Means you have to eat prasadam. Means you have to do anything and everything conducive to Krishna. You don't need to really do anything. Just take your chanting back and then nicely meditate upon his four-handed form. Having so many pastimes, read Bhagavatam books. We have so many Bhagavatam books. Read about him, read the devotional service done by great devotees, how they have gone the same path. He is not telling that there is a path, but I will only be a pure devotee. He is not saying that. Followed by the pure devotees and how they got liberated. Right? Always remember him and never forget him. So Prabhupada says you have to do all 24 hours, which is impractical here, but that's not the point. Prabhupada says you can still do when you can remember Krishna all the time with whatever activities you are doing. Either you are going into office, or you are just driving, or you are just talking to somebody in a meeting where there is a high chance of showing your passion, your mode of passion, your mode of ignorance. When Krishna is there, that passion and ignorance were right? He protects you to be always in the mode of goodness. So the advantage of never forgetting him is he is always by your side protecting you. So that feeling is there. This whole sloka is very meaningful in our lives. So let's chant the Maha Mantra loudly so he can hear us and he can bless us and he can deliver us in this lifetime. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Thank you very much, devotees, staying patient with me. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your patience. What happens next. So this is the day, this is the time we are here. We are without any problem, right? Remember people who are in hospitals in the last stages, not able to speak, not able to serve, mind not able to focus, body paining really hard. If you go and ask them chant, probably they cannot. We don't want to get into that situation. Or we don't want to wait for calling Krishna until that stage. So don't know what is coming up with it. That's what Krishna gave the forgetfulness, and the forgetfulness also includes you don't know what happens in the future. But you are confident because he's putting you in a good path because we trust him. We trust him personally. So that's the thing. So always get engaged. Association of devotees na Jivodaya Vaishnava Seva. Number 3 is nothing but you have to always chant. Jivodaya, show the compassion. Try to do some activities where we can deliver food distribution or just food for life program, coming and helping the temple. Have something you have, give to Krishna, right?